we're back, and it is my favorite day of the week. Is it your favorite day of the week?
Sure.
What's your favorite day of the week, Mara?
Saturday.
Okay, well,
It's no comic books on Saturday.
I don't think she could, yeah. Saturday is used to, like, actually read all those comics.
Exactly, yes.
Read that comic that you know, don't really want to read, but you buy anyway because you trick yourself into it every week. I'm talking to DC right now. But, no, it is Wednesday, and it is the 23rd? 22nd, it's the 22nd. Sorry, guys. It is the 22nd, and it is time for this week's releases. And this is the 4th week of May. This May is kind of a weird week, 5-week month, or at least 5 Wednesday month. So...
Yeah, because it's all annuals next week for DC.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's exciting. Any annual number 2s coming out next week?
I don't remember.
Because, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember which ones they did number 1s of.
Yeah.
They did Batgirl. Annual number 1.
They did Batman, Swamp Thing, Animal Man. I remember those like some of the first ones.
Justice League Dark
Yeah.
had an annual because that was actually part of the story.
Right.
So you had to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember if there's number 2s or they're all just number 1s.
I don't know, but this should be interesting, I guess. I hope so. It sounds like DC is just going to take more money from me. Speaking of taking more money from, well, we'll get to that later. But first we'll start with Mara. Mara, what is coming out from Image, DC, Image, Dark Horse, and all those other guys that kind of are shadowed sometimes by DC and Marvel? Not in quality, of course. Mara, what's coming out from your side of the table?
Well, first, we have actually 2 number 1s that are coming into the shop this week. First, The Bounce from Joe Casey and David Messina. And I didn't read any solicits for it. I didn't look into it, but I did read it while we were waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually not that bad. It's going to be interesting take on superheroes. It's a little bit darker. It's for mature readers.
Joe Casey.
Yeah. It's going to be mature. And I don't know. It's kind of to me, it's kind of coming across as a wild card. You don't know where it's going to go or how it's going to turn out in the end, or if it's going to be a great quality story. But I think it's something that, if you're willing to gamble, go for
I
it.
like that artist, David Messina, a lot. He did a bunch of the Spike and Angel stuff for IDW and the Star Trek.
It's definitely pretty.
Yeah.
And the facial expressions in it are
He's a cool artist.
varied.
So that's why I'm interested. Joe Casey's cool, but I like David Messina quite a bit.
Is this a ongoing?
I think it is. Theoretically,
It doesn't say miniseries or anything on it.
But this is the same guy that's currently writing Sex for Image, and I know there are people that like it. I'm not too crazy about it. I want to finish the story though. That's the worst thing about comics is this is crap, but I bought 2 issues so far, so there's like 3 left. I gotta finish it.
Another number 1 that you can jump onto this week is Akaniro, which I could be pronouncing it wrong. Who knows?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to read this one or look into it too much, but a casual flip through has some unique art in it, and it looks like, just looking at it, it looks like Japanese.
Just looking at the background, I guess it's based on a video game. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, so this is completely like, I have no idea what's going on, but it's a 3-issue miniseries. So if you're looking for something, complete story that's simple to collect, Dark Horse has been putting out, or will be putting out, Akaniro.
And is that it, as far as the smaller guys are concerned? Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. Well, I guess it's time for the bigger boys.
Sure.
Big old DC week. I'm just kidding. Well, I don't know. It's pretty average. But there is a big comic book coming out for DC. Even though I'm not a huge Green Lantern fan, I think I've only read 2 Green Lantern, Jeff Johns Green Lantern issues of the New 52, issue 0, issue 1. Still very big. They're going all out for Johns' finale. How long has he been writing Green Lantern?
I think it's been I just read a thing today. He's actually been working on it for 10 years, but it was a couple of years before Rebirth started, so I think it's 8 years.
So this is it. This is the end of Green Lantern as far as Geoff Johns is concerned. Who is taking up after Johns?
I think is it Vendetti writing Green Lantern?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. That's the big problem, I think, going into the future.
Yeah, it's when someone's had a character for so long, it's I don't know. It's kind of a challenge, I guess, to do something with that character. For example, when Brubaker left Captain America, they took a huge left turn in what Captain America has been doing lately.
Yeah, it's always hard to follow up a big name.
Yeah. But hey, with some luck, and yeah, I hope you're a Green Lantern fan, because this bad boy is going to cost you $8. But I'm sure it's probably going to be worth more than that issue 900 of Detective Comics that came out a few weeks ago. That one was
It does look. I'm pretty sure Geoff Johns does write the whole story, and then
Yeah.
a bunch of guest artists coming back, like Ivan Rice does the sum, and Ethan Von Sciver did a little bit.
kind of like when Bendis' last issue of Avengers, when a bunch of the former artists come back. That's pretty sweet. Also, we got your Justice League books. First, Justice League issue 20, Despero's Revenge. He's the three-eyed pink guy that I've seen but don't know anything about.
He's awesome.
He's I really don't know anything about this guy. What's his beat?
He's like a space tyrant kind of guy, sort of like, Thanos or one of those kind of dark side.
Dark side. Yeah.
He's got telepathic powers and he's super strong and
Hates the Justice League.
yeah.
Yeah. Well.
He was. Remember, the Justice League International, the Keith Giffen stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's the guy who came and pretty much destroyed that whole team.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, sweet. Someone had to. But over at Justice League Dark, we got Swamp Thing and Flash back in this issue. Even though Flash was hardly in issue 19, I don't know. Hopefully it's going to be as solid and as good as Justice League Dark has always been. Hopefully maybe even a little bit better. But I don't know. I'm excited about that one. But as far as DC is concerned, the one I'm excited about the most is the Green Team issue 1. This is Art Baltazar and Franco, the same guys that worked on Superman Family Adventures
Tiny Titans.
and Tiny Titans and all that stuff. And I'm really curious to see what a comic book in the new 52 DCU or whatever we're calling it, whatever the main DC line is. I'm interested to see what they can offer, and I don't know. It seems pretty interesting. And the difference between the Green Team and the Movement, besides the obvious difference, is this is actually, there is a Green Team. Like, this is not a created group, or at least the title isn't. There was a Green Team DC comic years and years and years ago, but I don't know. I'm curious to see what that's going to be all about.
Sure.
Now, I have a put Brian on the spot question.
Okay.
And Mara, you can answer this too, because of course it's hypothetical. But if they
The Hulk beats the Thing, dude.
no, and that's not true, because the Thing has better friends than the Hulk.
Well, I'm not saying a huge team. I'm saying the Hulk versus the Thing.
I think he's beating him in
one-on-one.
poker too. So
Well, yeah, he's gonna be in the poker. The Thing, the Hulk can't think, dude. Continue.
anyway, if they would make a comic book out of your favorite not your favorite, but if they were to ask you, Brian, we're going to make a comic book and we out of any franchise that you want, the only catch is there has not been a comic book based off that franchise, or there hasn't been one in a long, long time.
You mean like a TV or a movie?
TV, movie, book, anything. What would you want them to make a comic book out of?
I don't know. All the cool stuff they've made comic books out of. I mean, Firefly and Serenity, Farscape. Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Would you read a Back to the Future comic book?
No, because Back to the Future's over.
Ugh,
What would
okay.
Back to the Future be?
What about this? I was thinking about this, and I'm not a huge fan of these books, but I think they'd make interesting comic books. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that too.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah, we should talk to IDW and
No.
they should hire us for these
No.
ideas. Well, at least my ideas, because he came up with nothing.
Well, you just asked me on the spot. You
That's
gotta
the
give me
point.
Okay, well, as I've mentioned before, I don't think quick on my feet, so I don't know. Like I said, all the good stuff they've already done. They've even done Highlander comics, dude.
Highlander's not the good stuff.
Highlander. If they based it on the first movie, it would be awesome. The Kurgan with his own comic book. Come on.
I'm sorry.
I would read comics based on modern literature. Like if there was a To Kill a
Twilight?
Mockingbird. No,
Dude,
To Kill a
they've done that.
Mockingbird.
She's cheating. Classics Illustrated, they've done that.
They've done To Kill a Mockingbird through Classics
I bet
Illustrated.
they have.
I'm sure they have. I'm talking about like newer.
Like
literature that's-
the future adventures of Scout Finch.
What are you talking about?
Like
I'm talking about like not classics.
oh, just like comic book adaptations of
Yeah.
books. Oh,
Yeah.
they've done that.
Like if they do like
That's
a
what Classic Illustrated
yeah.
was.
What I'm saying is like monthly serial kind of format.
Oh,
That's what Classic Illustrated
yeah.
was.
They
But
took
we don't
that.
have it now.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, we don't. Marvel
I'd like
tried
to-
to bring it back
Yeah, I'd like
5
to
or
see.
6 years ago and it didn't
Yeah,
work.
I'd like
so,
to see more of that.
Yeah.
What do you think the future adventures of Scout Finch would be like?
Eh.
I got an answer, dude.
Okay.
Fifth Element.
Okay. See, there you
Fifth
go.
Element comics would be awesome.
There you go. See, that sounds pretty sweet. I haven't watched that movie since like it was out on VHS.
It's awesome, dude. You
I
should
know.
watch it again.
Have you ever seen Run Lola Run?
I have.
Is it good?
It is good.
All right, moving on. So we've talked about DC. Let's talk about Marvel.
All right.
How many Avengers comics are coming out this week?
I think just the one.
Wrong.
Oh, Young Avengers too.
Wrong.
Are you counting A plus X?
I'm counting Uncanny.
Oh.
Oh, that barely counts. All right. Well, we start with Avengers, the real Avengers. Hickman and Diodato. I think it's another one of the one-shot issues before we get back to the main story again.
Does anybody know what's going on in this series?
No, but I've read every issue.
Yeah, it's got a Stone guy from Savage Land. I know what is his name. I can't remember. I haven't seen him in a while. But that's the problem with Hickman books is you got to read them all together.
Yeah.
But I read them and I say that was cool. I have no idea what's going on.
I know.
That's
and then
fine.
2 years later, when you read them all over again, you're like, oh,
Right.
yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah.
Sure.
All I know is Spider-Man's like riding a dinosaur bird.
They're in the Savage Land.
That looks
for
pretty
sure.
sweet. So.
Yeah. Savage
cool.
Land is always fun.
Have they like the Savage Land is coming up a lot lately? Has it been a while since they've done the Savage Land, or is Savage Land pretty consistent?
I don't know. I mean, Savage Land is where Bendis' Avengers started, so if you think of the Age of Ultron as the end of his run, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. All right, fair enough.
Then we got Daredevil with this awesome Daredevil cover.
Yeah.
They kind of made it redundant with putting the actual logo, but if you look at the clothes on the line, it spells Daredevil.
No, they can't be bold enough to do that.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, because I mean, I didn't notice it the first time I looked at it. So
This is a more expensive issue though.
is it?
Yeah, it's a like a 3 year. It's been 3 years or 2 years or whatever since we've done
Have they
Daredevil.
been $2.99 before?
Mm-hmm.
I
This
didn't
one's
notice.
$3.99.
I guess if you buy your comics, you'll notice that stuff.
Yep.
Next up, we got Fantastic Four with an awesome Thing cover.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
This is
it's
day of the
all-
year.
Yeah, I believe it's all the Thing in the past. Ben Grimm. So that should be awesome. He's my favorite member of the Fantastic Four.
Everybody's.
We got some Fearless Defenders. Phil Jimenez steps in to take over the AU issue, and I think it's all focused around Warrior Woman, the new Hippolyta character. So I don't know if we're going to get backstory or what, but I know it's a feature story. So that should be interesting. Superior Spider-Man. Bad things happened to Peter in the last issue, so now it's all Doc Ock apparently.
Yeah. No more Peter. No more
No.
Ghost Peter.
I'm sure never going to happen. Peter will never be back. Another AU issue, Uncanny Avengers 8 AU, focusing on the Apocalypse Twins and the Age of Ultron. Should be at least somewhat interesting. The
Man.
book's okay. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's not. But here's one of the real books, Uncanny X-Men,
Yeah.
Magic versus Dormammu. Come on, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, the art is pretty sweet in the last issue.
Yeah.
So.
That'd be a pretty cool Marvel versus Capcom team up.
Yeah, because Dormammu's in one of them.
Yeah, he was in,
He's
he
in
was
the
in the
third
third
one.
one.
But not
Um,
Magic.
Right.
She probably won't ever make it on there.
No, probably not.
Right.
Although every once in a while they pick weird characters.
Yeah. Like that cactus thing that was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Even though it's a Capcom character. It's weird. I don't know. Let's do pick of the weeks, shall we? Shall we, gentlemen and Mara?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
How about you go first? Oh, look at this. We're all Marvel.
Well,
You can't help it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, for what it's worth, I read A+X first issue that came out and I wasn't impressed, so I stopped reading it. But I may read this one just because it's Kitty Pryde and Spider-Woman. And
it was awesome. I didn't
Yeah.
read the second part, but I read the first part while we were waiting on Matt.
yeah, Spider-Woman is one of my favorite Marvel characters, and I'm very pleased that she's been getting a lot of panel time.
And dude, Kitty Pryde's my favorite
Yeah.
character, so we're teaming up
Nice.
in comics.
I like A+X. That's a good idea.
It's cool because it's given like the big artists and big writers at the time to just do a little quick story.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those, like, you can just jump in whenever.
Oh
You don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't continue into anything. It doesn't
Sure.
require any knowledge. I wish they would go with some more obscure characters, though. I mean, they had that Iron Fist dupe
Yeah, yeah.
issue, but
No, they still got some comic books too.
yeah, no, I understand
I
that.
think it's more the idea of putting interesting team ups
Yeah.
together.
Right.
And
I don't-
the backup for this one is Hawkeye and Deadpool.
Yeah, and I think this is the 5th time to use Deadpool and Wolverine. And,
Because I don't know that Kitty Pryde has ever talked to Spider-Woman before.
yeah,
They've probably been in comics together, but I don't know if they've ever interacted, so
Yeah.
that was kind of interesting.
that makes it a pretty cool thing. Cool
And
idea.
actually, having read the story, it's actually not as Kitty Pryde and Spider-Woman team up, it's a Lockheed and Spider-Woman team up.
Oh,
And
really?
Kitty Pryde's just along for the ride.
If you
That's
look
pretty sweet.
closely on the
Yeah.
cover, you can see he's got little hearts around his head, and he's leaning in towards Spider-Woman, and
Because
she's not happy with it.
If you think about it, Lockheed and Spider-Woman are both agents of S.W.O.R.D. So,
Oh, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Let me do my pick of the week. My pick of the week is two-parter. If you haven't already been reading this comic, shame on you, but I'm probably speaking to everyone that's watching this because no one's buying it, and it's a shame because it's really good. It's Journey into Mystery, and ever since issue 646, it's been focused on Lady Sif, and man, it's just a really solid comic book. It's $3. It comes out once a month, so you don't have to worry about that double shipping stuff or anything like that, or having to spend an extra $1. It's really good. The art is really, really, really entertaining. The stories are very funny. They're very violent. If that gets you going, and this first issue collects the first five. So this first trade collects the first 5 issues, and $16 price tag. Yeah, I mean that's kind of pushing it, but oh well. I mean,
it's 25% off
yeah.
comics, so there you go.
There you go, and yeah. So if you haven't been picking up that, well, you should. But bouncing off of that is my official pick of the week, and that is issue 652 of Journey into Mystery. Just because Beta Ray Bill is in it, and it's awesome. I can't wait. I love these secondary Thor universe characters that finally get a little cover time, and
Sure.
and Sif is awesome. Sif is a very, very interesting character. Y'all should be reading that. You should be reading that. Buy that comic book. So, what is your pick of the week?
Alright, mine is Young Avengers #5. It's the finale of the first story arc. Everything about this comic book is awesome. The writing's awesome. Jamie McKelvey's doing some really cool design stuff that's different and fun. And, I don't know, it's awesome.
Let me ask you this: have you already read it?
Yeah, I did read it earlier.
And it's really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It gave me chills at the end.
Oh, ooh.
So,
Brian doesn't know how to feel things. So this is
Dude,
pretty
I
exciting.
have emotion. Screw you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you.
Yeah, it's got Kate Bishop, Hawkeye in it, of course. Kid Loki, Novar. What else? And then
Miss
hopefully-
America.
Yeah, Miss America, the new Miss America. So
She's quickly becoming a favorite.
she's cool. Yeah.
Every
she's-
time I go on Tumblr, I see 5 new cosplays of her.
I was gonna say she's got an awesome costume and probably a costume that wouldn't be too hard to cosplay too.
Yeah. And I think people,
Yeah.
especially young women, just love posing with punches and
Yeah, if
finding a
nothing else,
Loki somewhere to boss around.
Jamie McKelvey's got an awesome sense of design. He designed the new Captain Marvel costume.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. And he obviously has a lot of fun with that comic.
Yeah.
Doing something new and creative. Was it last issue where it was the Novar and all the different he was like first position was like him bursting through the window, then like bouncing off the wall, then
Yeah.
punching. Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Then it ends with "Come with me if you want to be awesome."
Right,
Guys
right.
and stuff.
I like how he has to like reason out like the difference between Earth guys and Earth girls. Like, I'm not attracted to that, but that is a man. Things like that. Very entertaining comic. I like it, and I like a lot of comics this week. This is going to be a good week. I'm excited about a lot of stuff, even some stuff from DC, which that feels good to be excited about DC stuff. So, Brian, where can the boys and the girls find all these awesome comics?
We're at Conway Comics, 255 Ferris Road, behind old UCA.
Around the old UCA, that's right. So, young or old, the old UCA is where you need to be. Don't forget to check in at the Secret Life of Comic Books.blogspot.com. And once again,
I'm Mara Whiteside.
I'm Brian Keown.
and I'm Matt Wood, and I will see you next week.